Welcome back to your sixth sense, your superpower. I'm confident that you're beginning to experience your superpower by now if you've been really working these tools and having fun with them, because it's natural. So we're not putting something in that doesn't exist. We're turning something on and we're amplifying a sense in you that is inherent, that belongs to you, that is your inner compass, that gives you the guidance to live an authentic, empowered, really joyful life instead of just be a sheep pushed around by everybody else's energy. So today's lesson is about the third decision. So let's remember, what was the first decision? Do you remember? Be open. Be open is like turning on a radio. Lets yourself receive energy. That's your attitude. That's your perception. That's your sense of, I've got this and this inner sense and it's going to guide me. Step 2, the second decision. Do you remember? Expect it. Because expectation is like dialing in on the particular channel that is called my inner guidance, my intuition. That means your inner teacher, your inner guide, your inner light, your inner true self, really. But that's not enough. We can pick up on something, we can tune in. It's like dialing in, it's like listening. All of a sudden you start hearing the music that's being broadcast, because intuition is a lot like music. It waves and flows and it's meant to move you, which takes us to decision number 3. And this is the one that will change your life. Trust your vibes. Trust what you feel. And more importantly, give yourself permission to trust what you feel. That is so liberating. That is so expansive. And it's a brand new thought for so many people. We've had so many authority figures in our life telling us what we can and can't do, what we can and can't think. We're used to it to the level that we don't even consider, I have a choice. I decide. I'm going to decide to trust my vibes. I'm going to decide to trust my inner voice, my guidance, my intuition. So, permission is A, and B, confidence to do that. So it begins with the idea that who's running your life? Do you trust someone else to run your life? Think of the people in your head running your life. Are they doing a good job? Are you happy? Are you excited to get up and live your day? Are you laughing a lot? Are you feeling creative? Are you connecting to the things that really bring the best out in you? Do you feel like you're living your life? Or do you feel like you've been railroaded and contained and constrained to live someone else's version of your life? Because if you don't give yourself permission to trust your vibes, you're not living your life. And whose life are you living? And frankly, how is that working out? So I'm just giving you a little motivation because I know that it takes a bit of a shift, a bit of confidence, a bit of courage to trust your vibes. But I want to speak to you about the word courage. It comes from the French word that means heart. So you're saying, I trust my heart. If I am a courageous person, I am a person who's moving forward in life with my heart. It will ask you to do things differently. And when you trust your vibes, you're receiving it, you're feeling it, but until you trust it, it'll bounce off you. It'll slide right off like eggs on Teflon. You'll just lose it. But if you trust it, you take it in, you say, okay, this is me guiding me. But this isn't my barking dog me. This is my expanded me. This is my divine me. This is my best, most exciting, authentic me, giving me direction. But you're not going to get a blast in your ear. It's going to be a psst, whisper. That's the paradox. On one hand, it's a big deal that comes across in a subtle way. But it will make a suggestion one way or another to you. The first thing I hear when people get a vibe is they say, I don't know why. I can't explain. as if their ego mind is the gatekeeper, and until that ego mind has a reason and explanation that you can do this and follow this. And so don't even let your own ego be a gatekeeper. Push it all away. Breathe and smile. Go down the slide. Out of my way. And make the decision to trust your vibes. Now, start in little ways. I'll give you a story about my own life. When I moved to Paris 7 years ago, my vibes told me to move here, and I came within 30 days and didn't have a clue as to what I was doing, where I was going, but I just said yes. I just went with it. Well, we looked around. I stayed in an Airbnb for a while, but if I was going to stay, I had to find a longer place, a place where I could live a longer time, like a real proper apartment. I asked my intuition to guide me, and sure enough, my intuition took me to a beautiful apartment. Beautiful. Furnished, no less, which I needed. It was glorious, except it was several $1,000s too expensive. I walked in and I knew this is home. This is it. Got to take it. So I'm looking at appearances, and I'm looking at everything, and certainly I'm looking at the price, and everything in my brain says no, but my spirit, my bright light said, ask if they'll give it to you for the price you can afford. And so, because I'm used to doing what I ask you to do, I did. The realtor was showing it to me. I said, could you ask if that, I said, I love it. It's mine. It belongs to me. This is perfect. It feels good. It's matching. It's congruent. I love it. But I just need a discount of about $2,000. And she looked at me like I was insane. And the realtor said, well, I'm sorry, that's not possible. And I said, well, you don't know. I wonder if it is, using my wonder tool. And she said, probably not. And I said, but you don't know. So would you ask? And she said, I'm very uncomfortable to do that. And I said, well, then don't say it's your question. Say it's my question. I just want to know if it's possible. Because my gut, my heart said, ask. She was not happy. And I said, just please ask. And she said, okay, I will. And I said, I don't believe you, because I didn't believe her. I knew she wouldn't ask. So I said, can you call him right now and ask? She clearly thought I was a pushy American. I know that for sure. But I felt it, and I gave myself permission to insist. So she called, and she said, excuse me. She walked in the other room, and I said, I'm listening. So she asked. The conversation didn't last very long, and she came back, and he said, he'll think about it. I'm just shocked. And I said, okay, well, I started out with, it's not possible, to I'll think about it. So I'm going to hold the space, and I'm going to just see if our energies match. And I'm going to feel like this says yes, so I'm not going to take the appearance of no. I have nothing to lose. Well, the next morning, I got a call back, and she said, I don't believe it. He said yes. And that was my first apartment in Paris. It was fabulous. And my landlord came, and first of all, became a really good friend of mine. He said, I don't know why I said yes to you. I have no idea, but nobody was ever so bold as to ask that it entertained me. So I was here with my daughter. He said, you and your daughter seem like nice people. Enjoy your new home. And not only that, I just have to say, to follow that up, he helped us get settled, a bank account, all the things you need to actually be grounded here. And what if I didn't ask? What if I didn't give myself the permission to ask? So this is where I'm encouraging you to do something radically different. Don't wait for other people to give you permission to trust your vibes, to go with your inner voice. You have to find that ability yourself. Now, here's what needs to happen. Be willing to hear no if you ask for something. I was already willing to hear no because it was a no at the price that was given to me. It was already a no. I had nothing to lose. So I asked. Like when my client that I shared in the previous lesson got the message to call, he had to give himself permission to pick up that phone and do that, quite possibly with the potential of being told, why are you calling me? I already told you to get lost. We're so afraid to meet with any pushback or any resistance or any disapproval that it just disempowers us and we become like sheep like lamb chops being led to the slaughter. We just lose our power. We lose our possibility. But if you look at any true inventive creator, they're going to tell you, I followed my inner guidance. I gave myself permission, even when the world said, you don't have it. I gave myself permission. So that's your assignment today. Can you give yourself permission to follow your vibes when you get them, to follow your instinct? Can you say, I'm going to do this, it matters, even if the world around me is going to give me resistance? And you know what? It will. It's not used to people being so bold and so self-directed. So you don't be angry, don't be scared. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Ask him if he'll let me have the apartment for $2,000 less. Ask. I'm willing to hear no, but I'm also willing to hear yes. And isn't this such a game changer? You go to a restaurant, which is a new opportunity for so many of us these days. You go to a restaurant, you look at the menu, you don't see anything you want. Ask, can I have what I want? You don't have to ask aggressively. Ask with love, humor, an open heart. Ask with good vibes and the willingness. I could hear no, but I could. And I wonder if I'll hear yes. And this is what gives people the ability to live in the third space, to just consider that what appears is not all that's possible. What's on the surface does not give you the full picture. How many times have you felt an intuitive hit, a guidance of some sort? You felt it, but you didn't trust it, so you didn't do anything. You didn't trust it, and until you trust it, you don't own it. It can't help you. It can't do anything. Unless you trust your spirit, that's what I call your higher self for some of you, your expanded consciousness, your super ego, whatever you call it, trust that innate inner compass is working for you. And it is giving you information that isn't apparent on the surface, but is real and authentic and true, and is opening a door that you didn't know was there. So practice asking. Practice expressing your vibes by just saying to people, be forward about it, be open about it. I trust my vibes. I trust my intuition. It works for me. Instead of thinking, oh my God, what are people going to think? Flip it and tell people, you know what? I'm that weirdo that trusts my intuition. I'm that kind of weirdo that trusts my intuition, and it works for me. It's okay. I have fun with it. I don't really fully believe that what's on the surface is all there is. If I'm feeling something else, it's something else. Remember, Princess and the Pea, it's something. It's something. Don't wait for other people to give you permission, because they won't. People are too scared. People are way too scared to say go for it. But those in your life who do say go for it, those are your good friends. Those who say, trust your vibes, trust what you feel, trust that inner guidance. And don't look for it to hit you over the head. Look for it to amuse you, entertain you, catch your eye. But it's a feeling that won't go away. Breathe and smile. Go down the slide. Open the curtains. And then step into the show. It's your show. Step into the stage that's your life. And begin to make the decision. Use your own language, because nothing is more influential in your life than the sound of your own voice. That's your authority. When you say out loud to yourself and to others, I give myself permission to trust what I feel. I give myself permission to go with my inner guidance. I give myself permission, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it disrupts. I choose that. You know what'll happen? First, people might raise an eyebrow. They might look at you suspiciously, but they will respect you. And in a very short while, they're going to start coming to you to ask you if you have any intuition or any vibes on their life. Promise. So today, I want you to walk around out loud telling people, announce it on the community, announce it to your friends, announce it to your family with humor, but mean it. I give myself permission to trust my vibes. I give myself permission to listen to my inner self. It works for me, and it works really, really well. Breathe and smile. Go down the slide, clear the space, and I'll see you tomorrow.